Hello and good morning. Nice to see you here. This is Keith from the Keith Speaking Academy. Looking forward to today's class where we're going to be looking at the great topic of friends. That includes you lot. Lots of idioms, language, listening, vocabulary for today. So listen, it's lovely to see you here. Welcome. It's the Thursday, the 15th of April, if I'm not mistaken. The sun is shining. There's a real feeling that spring is in the air. And many of us will be out doing our spring cleaning our houses. Some of us, I know, will be starting almost like a new year. In many countries, they have the start of a happy new year. For those of you celebrating Ramadan, congratulations. What do I say? Ramadan Mubarak. I hope you find this to be a great time to deepen your faith and find more compassion in the world. We could all do with lots of compassion. So that's great. Can't wait to get started on today's class. Let's begin with a little bit of what? A little bit of this. Great. So it's really nice to be here. I'm just going to say a quick hello to some of you. We've got who's in the house? Ariful. Hello there. Carrie, Asma, good morning. Gwen Tway, probably mispronounced it. My apologies, but welcome. Nice to see you here. Gulam, Raj, Pradip, very good morning. Good to see you again as well, indeed. Got James, Isa, Nariman, glad to see you. Thank you very much. Trangler, nice to see you as well. Isa from Georgia, hello there. We've got Abid from Bangladesh. Lots of people joining. Brilliant. Very, very nice to see you all, guys. So today, let me just go through what we're going to do today. We're going to have, we're going to have a bit of colour. That's what we're going to have. So today's topic is all about friends, right? We're going to be looking at, well, lots of stuff around friends. We will, of course, be looking at, whoa, come back there. It's too fast. Vocabulary, we'll begin looking at some of the kind of essential vocabulary you need on this topic. We're going to be looking at listening. I have to come over here. Listening activities, which will be quite interesting. Listening and speaking, of course, are like brother and sister. They always go together. When you're speaking, you need to be also listening to what other people are saying. And of course, a key part of the IELTS test. We'll be looking at some idioms today to help you on the topic of friends. And of course, finishing up with a review, playing the game that we often play, being the children at heart that we are. We'll be looking at the review on Kahoot. So that's it. All of that on the topic of friends. Lovely. Great. So it is nice to see you. I wanted to share with you, actually, something that somebody sent me. I do get quite a few emails. And again, if you email me and I don't answer, I do apologize. I try to answer as many as I can, but I don't always manage to answer everybody. But thank you very much for emails that you send me. This one was from Raja. This was a little while ago, but it was a nice email I wanted to share. Raja says he's from India. He's an engineering graduate with lots of experience in the field. Recently, he says, I lost my job, but I plan, let me put it over here, I plan to effectively utilize this period. Improving my English speaking skills is one of my prime priorities. Now, lots of people in COVID have lost their jobs and have decided to focus on English, which is fantastic. Raj said, I had taken, oh, nice, past perfect. I had taken IELTS in November 2020 and I scored a 6 in speaking. After that, I watched only your videos, and last week I'd taken my test, second time, and I scored a 7. I would like to convey my heartily thanks to you. Your service is really appreciated and helps most of the people like me. God bless you and your family members. Brilliant, Raja. Thank you very much for that. That is absolutely lovely. He also adds at the end, most important, the video How Not to Be Nervous in IELTS Speaking helped me a lot on the test day. So there you go. Changing mindsets, not being nervous on the test day. It's so important. So that's great. Just wanted to share that with you. Now, we're going to begin. Now that you're all in the house. A lot of people here. Right. Great. I do get distracted. Don't get distracted with the comments. Let's move on. Let's begin. We were going to talk about what? We were talking about friends, and we're going to start, of course, with looking at vocabulary. Okie dokie. So here we've got, I'm going to share with you over here, some essential vocabulary. It's really good, right, when you're studying, to develop your vocabulary, to think about word families. Word families are basically the different forms of a word. You've got maybe the noun, the adjective, the verb, the adverb, the person. So sometimes it's useful as you're building your knowledge to be aware of the different kind of word families, the different forms. So I'd like you here, if you can, to fill in the gaps. If the person, right, is a friend, that's the person, what's the noun, what's the adjective, and what's the verb? Let's see what you guys are up to. We've got... Oh, right. We've got hello, good afternoon from Indonesia. Hats tuti. Nice to see you. Gulsafa for the noun says friendship. Nice. Valentina also says friendship. What else have we got? We've got who else? Who else? Hellos. Hello from Rome. Hello, Jane from Rome. Tujas also says friendship. So it seems that the noun is friendship. Excellent. What about the other one? We've got shuru talks about friendly as the adjective. Friendly, nice. Now, Alexander says the verb might be to make friends. It could be. It could be. Dilnoza says it might be to be friends. Ooh, we've got a few. Tanja also says to make friends. Interesting. Anybody else got any ideas? Adil says friendship, friendly, and befriend as the verb. Fantastic. Well done, my friend. Well done. Here we go. It is indeed friend, friendship, friendly as an adjective, and to befriend. Let me just take you off, Adil. Very, very nice. Okay. So friendship as a noun, for example, friendship is important. Friendly as an adjective, our neighbours are very friendly. And to befriend is the verb, right? I befriended somebody the other day, and it's really nice to get to know them. Befriend is an interesting verb. We don't use it as much. And to tell the truth, it's probably much more common to say to make friends with somebody. I made friends with the neighbours. I made friends, or I made some new friends, right? Of course, you can say to be friends, but probably to make friends is the most common. Befriend is maybe slightly more formal, a bit more written, but you certainly can still speak and use that in sentences. So I talked about word families. I think it's also interesting if you take the word friendship. If you want to expand your vocabulary, it's well worth thinking about suffixes. Now, suffix is just a fancy word meaning the end of the word, right? So look at friendship, right? Friendship. We've got this ship on the end. Ship is a suffix. It's a little tag, if you like, that we put on the end of a word. Friendship. And we can use ship for a lot of words to make a noun. Obviously, not all the words and only select words, but it's interesting to be aware of other ship words that are commonly used. Do let me know if you know any more, but I'm going to share a few with you here that I think are quite common. So we can talk about companionship. Now, if you think about it, we're talking about companion is a friend as well. So companionship is actually similar to friendship, right? Companionship is important to me because I need to have some close friends. In the times of COVID, we often miss companionship because we're away from our families and friends, right? Sportsmanship, let me put it back as a word. Sportsmanship, this is about being a sportsman. I know, very, very chauvinistic, right? Must be an old-fashioned word. Not very PC, because nowadays we have to talk about sports people. But interestingly enough, we talk about sportsmanship is the noun, right, of being a good sports person or a good sportsman. So if, let's imagine during a football match, somebody tackles another player, that player falls on the floor, bang, and the other player helps them up and says, oh, come on, let me help you. That's good sportsmanship. Being a good sports player, helping other people. Workmanship, right, is another one. Workman, could be a workwoman, why not? Workmanship is about the quality of the work that you do. Very often talking about crafts and art, right? Let's take, my daughter's full of great examples. I'm forever grateful. Here we go. She made this, right? This is her little pencil holder made out of card, right? Now, you could say the quality of, of the craft or the quality of the work is the workmanship. The workmanship on this is fantastic. Very, very nice. The workmanship on the door frames and the new floor we have is not so good. It's the quality of the work, right? The workmanship. So another interesting ship. Nothing to do with ships. Listenership and readership and, well, let's take those two. Listenership and readership is the number of people listening. It's the people listening, right? So if you have for example, if you have the people listening, the audience, I guess, is the other word, is the listenership. The audience to a radio show. The listenership of Radio 4 is not very big. The listenership to Gary Vee's podcast is very big. The listenership to Obama's podcast. Did you know that Barack Obama had a short series of podcasts? The listenership was huge, as you can imagine, right? So it's the people listening. Equally, the readership. If you take a very popular book, I don't know. I mean, at the moment, I'm reading Philip Pullman, The Dark Materials. The readership is also very, very big, right? It's the people reading. So, or if you like, the audience. So interesting words, very useful words. The people reading. If you're talking about, I don't know, if you're talking about a book in IELTS, you could say, well, the readership of this book is really large, is really big, right? It's a very popular book. And of course, leadership is a word that you all know, I'm sure, right? So there are some ships sailing across the sea. So some interesting ships for you. Let me see if we've got any more ships from people over here. Any more ships, guys? Relationship, which is a nice one. Ashraf, relationship, absolutely, which is very, very much connected with this topic. Spaceship, that's right. I love it. Farid, I'm laughing because in this case, it is connected to a ship, right? It is a spaceship. Spaceship, very nice, great. Hardship, right, is the difficult times. There's been a lot of hardship through the coronavirus. Difficult times. That's a nice one. I think that's one we could use a lot, right? Let me add that to the list. Hardship, difficult times. I'll come back in a moment. Partnership, yeah, is another one. Jaspreet, that's a nice one. Partnership. But of course, it's one word, right? And this is the whole point. I know you're doing that deliberately to show everybody that it's a suffix, right? But of course, the word is one word, partnership. Great. Any others? Relationship, partnership, sponsorship, another one, when you sponsor somebody. Membership is a nice one, right? To be a member. The membership is very expensive. Absolutely. Nice one. What's Keithship? The ability to be like Keith is Keithship. You've got some great Keithship there. I like that. Nice. I love the creativity of language. It's really important to be creative in the language. Very, very nice. Scholarship is another one. Swansea, very, very nice, right? Being actually not. It's not really being a scholar. Scholarship nowadays means it's almost, what is it? It's the money. Is it the money that you get? That's the sponsorship. The scholarship really is still, it's the financing you get to do your studies, right? If you get a scholarship, you get financing or support to do your studies. Nice, lovely. So ships sailing across the sea. Ships, very, very interesting. Nice. Let's move on. Talking about friends, we can also talk about a friend is a pal. In America, they talk about a buddy. In England, well, in the UK, we talk about a mate. Hello, mate. How are you doing, mate? How are you doing, buddy? How are you doing, pal? Or I've got a pal. I think all of these you can use in IELTS speaking. They are commonly known in most English-speaking countries. I think all of them, really. A pal, a buddy, mate. There are other words that maybe I wouldn't use. We have the word in the UK, for example, a chum. But a chum is a friend, a mate, but it's very, for me, it's kind of slang. It's very localized, only in certain parts of the UK. And if it's local slang that probably an American or Australian doesn't know, then I wouldn't use it, right? But these words, I think, are absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. Friends, a friend. Let's just put it up. Equals a pal, a buddy, buddy, mate. Nice. Good. Yeah, dude. So just a couple to clarify up. A dude, again, I think that is very, very slang. And I wouldn't use that in IELTS. It's a great word, right? Absolutely. But just be careful. I wouldn't say that in IELTS. Fella is not really a friend. A fella is a person, right? So not really the same as a friend. But great. Thanks for sharing. Also, yeah, Thadrus says, dude, lad. A lad is very, very British and very, again, colloquial. I don't think everybody in Canada or America knows lad. It's so slang. So again, I wouldn't use it, but these are great words to know. A lad for a boy, a lass for a girl. Great. Comrade, maybe comrade sounds a bit kind of, it's the word that we always associate with the communist countries. So for some reason, when we talked about Russia or China, we would talk about comrades or the friends together. So it's not really commonly used. I would say no, I wouldn't use that. No. Now, here's a really interesting word, right? Acquaintance. This is fantastic. Thank you very much, MH Turja, because this word is a key word to understand. And it's very similar to a friend, right? So here's the difference, right? A friend is somebody, if you have a problem You go to your friends will say, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, that's a shame. How can I help? What can I do for you?" That's a friend. An acquaintance, right, is somebody you know, but not really a friend, not very close, just somebody you know. So if you have a problem and you go to your acquaintances and say, "I've got a problem," they will say, "Oh, I'm so sorry. That's such a shame. Good luck." Bye bye. Right? They're not going to help. If they do help, they'll probably become a friend. But as an acquaintance, it's just somebody you know. Um, so it's a really interesting word. I think it's a very important word in this topic because people often say, "I've got lots of acquaintances, but very few friends." Right? Of course, you know lots of people, but maybe not all of them are friends. So it's a really nice word. Let's put that one up. Acquaintance. Help. Help. Thank you. Is someone you know. Brilliant. Thank you very much for that. An acquaintance. I'm going to add an. Excellent. A lad, a peer. A peer, again, is somebody the same level as you. Normally used in the work situation, not really as a friend. Maybe a friend, but not the same as a friend. It's just a work colleague on the same level as you. My peers at work, or my peers in the class as well, could be. Yeah, good. We've got a few others. Folks, company, yep, speaking generally, yep, fantastic. Brother, yeah, maybe brother, used in a colloquial way. Yo, bro, hey, brother, how's it going? But again, very, very colloquial. Okay, brilliant. Just to look at a few collocations, some of you are talking about close friends. So typical collocations, we talk about my best friend. And can you hear that? The neighbours upstairs, right? The neighbours upstairs are not my friends. They are acquaintances, and for some reason today they're making a lot of noise. Can you hear them? You're all going, "No, can't hear them." Brilliant, that's good. It's only distracting me. So let's do this. Bit of pronunciation. He's my best friend. Listen to the stress, right? We're going to put the stress on the collocation, on the adjectives. He's my best friend. He's my bosom friend. Bosom. He's my bosom friend. Nice. Same meaning, right? She's a close friend. Nice. Dee. She's a close friend. Nice. Right. He's a long-standing friend. Long-standing friend. He's a long-standing friend. He's a long-standing friend. Nice. Good. Okay. Great. It's good to pick up the stress and the intonation as you're practicing. Intonation is so difficult because there are no rules. You don't always have the same intonation, right? I mean, he's a long-standing friend. You could say with different intonations each time, right? Depending on the kind of the meaning you want to get, right? If you say he is a long-standing friend, you're trying to convince somebody, right? He is a long-standing friend. Oh, he's a long-standing friend. You can change the intonation. Great, good. So we've got those to talk about collocations. To make friends, so we've talked about befriending or to make friends. I like to make friends. Another interesting collocation is to win friends. Now, to win friends is the same as to make friends, but it doesn't really mean to make friends. What are you talking about, Keith? What are you talking about? To Win Friends and Influence People, right? It's a famous book. Have you heard of that book? To Win Friends and Influence People. To win friends has a bit of a connotation that you are, how can I say this? Almost manipulating or doing things strategically to make a friend. Now, in the world of business, it's a very good idea to be strategic and to make strategic friends, right? These are people you can rely on, you can get you to help you in your workplace. So when you're being strategic, right, we tend to say to win friends and influence people. Making friends is just, making a friend, whether you're not expecting anything back and you're not being like a chess player. If I do this, then you will do that. It's not strategic. So it's interesting. We often say you're not going to win any friends if you do this, right? So if you go to a new workplace and you arrive late, you don't go to the meetings, you're always unhappy, you're not going to win any friends, right? You're not going to make any strategic friendships. You're not going to win any friends saying things like that, right? You go to a new office and you go, "Oh, what a horrible office. Oh, the colours are really ugly. What terrible desks you've got. Ooh, what a horrible office. And you all work here." Tell you what, mate, you're not going to win any friends talking like that, right? If you want to be strategic and make friends, you need to be polite, say the right thing, etc., etc. Climb the corporate ladder, and so on. We also talk about a close circle of friends. So a circle of friends is a really nice kind of idiomatic expression, if you like, because it's not a circle, it's a group. But a circle of friends, I have a close circle of friends. It's a really nice expression to use. Brilliant. Let's see. Let me just check in with you guys. Excellent. Well, this is interesting. Yes. Abir says he is such a strategic friend that I have to behave with him in a formal manner. Very good, right? Absolutely. That's often the case with strategic friends. Yeah. Love it. Nice. Good. So, we've been looking here at lots of vocabulary. What's coming next? Well, after vocabulary, if I remember correctly, it's listening time. We're going to do a bit of a listening practice. But before we start listening, have a listen to this. Ba-da-bshee-be-doo-be-doo-be-doo-be, bum bum bum. Ba-da-bee-be-doo-be-doo-be. Who is that? It's me. Listening. Okay. Just before I do the listening, sorry, I've just realised something. I had a tip for you. IELTS Speaking tip. In IELTS Speaking Part 2, right, you often need to describe a person. Maybe it's a person you know, a person who is famous, a person who is intelligent, a person who's, I don't know, energetic, or a person who likes fashion. Describe a person who. So it can be quite common, right, to describe a friend, somebody that you know. And if you're talking about a friend, you may want to talk about when you met, how you met, and why they are a friend, right? Depending on the question in part 2, if the focus is on friend, right, talk about a friend you know, then yes, how you met, when you met, why they're a friend. But if the focus is on, I don't know, an energetic person you know, and you can talk about a friend, you can say when you met them, how long you've known them, and then focus on the energy part, right? But you can talk a little bit about the friend. So I just wanted to share a couple of phrases to help you with this. So in part 2, maybe to describe people, maybe you talk about a friend, maybe. You could talk about things about when you met, how you met, why they are a friend. These are things you may want to talk about. Some useful expressions could be, we go back a long way. We go back a long way. Now that means we have known each other for a long time. We have known each other. We've known each other for a long time. We go back. So it's literally we go back in history. We go back a long way. Oh, we go back a long way. We go back a long time. You could also say we go back a long time or a long time. We go back a long way. We go back a long way. We go back a long time. Right? Great. Say that with me. We go back a long way. We go back a long time. Change the stress, right? We go back a long time, not a short time. We go back a long time. Yeah, nice. And it means we've known each other for a long time, or we've known each other for ages. I love that, for ages. Isn't it strange? But it's a rage. Rage. You almost, in fact, you do take the R over here. For rages. For rages. For ages. For ages. Say that with me. For ages. Each other for ages. We've known each other for ages. Lovely. And you can pause, right? We've known each other, pause, for ages. We've known each other for ages. Lovely. Nice. Hey, you're getting better. Lovely. Of course, writing it, we have to separate it. But when we speak it, we connect, we link. You can use this nice phrasal verb, which if you saw my last phrasal verb video, you'll know this one maybe. Bump into. We first bumped into each other. That is to meet by chance, right? So to bump into, just to make that clear, into someone is to meet by chance. We bumped into each other at college or at work or on holiday, right? Notice the pronunciation. Bumped into. So what happens is the D comes over here and the D actually becomes a T. Tinto. Vino tinto. No, tinto. Bump into. Tinto. Bumped into. Nice. We first bumped into each other. We first bumped into each other. Nice. And for those advanced students, we first bumped into each other on holiday. Oh, impressive. Good. So that linking, right, really good. You don't have to, but it makes you sound more natural. So let's take the T across, give it back to a D. It's funny how sounds change when they come together, and often they're not the same as the words, right? Bumped into. Excellent. Good. That's it. So some useful language talking about friends. Now then. We're going to do the listening activity, right? Now, listening activity, what I did is on Tuesday, I sent out a message to the universe, that's you, on Facebook, and I think on the YouTube community tab. I think. If I didn't, I will do next time. And actually, in future, I'm going to do this every Tuesday. Before the class on Thursday, on Tuesday, 2 days before, I'll send a message on Facebook in the group or on the YouTube community tab, linking you to an activity to do before the class, to get you in the mood, to get you excited, and to get you practicing and thinking about this topic, right? So I actually asked those in the Facebook group, by the way, if you haven't joined the Facebook group, come and join us. It's Keith's Mastermind community for IELTS. Just if you type that in Facebook, you should be able to find it. It's focused on IELTS speaking. You can come and join us. And that's where I sent out this message. And that message, right, linked to this website page. It was this one over here. Let me just get rid of the Facebook thing. So I've set up the web page before the class now. I usually do it after the class, but now it's before. And what you've got in here is just an introduction, and then you've got the task to do, right? And so I asked you to have a look at the script. This is the listening we're going to do today. And I asked you to look at the script and fill in the gaps, to have a guess. Obviously, you don't know the answer because you haven't listened yet, but just to guess. And we got some very interesting answers, right? Some of them may be correct, some of them may not be correct, but some interesting answers. So lots of people started putting their ideas on paper, which is fantastic. So I will be doing that in future. For today, let me just come back. Help. Here I am. For today, then, I'm going to show you, first of all, the script. Yes, I am going to show you the script. Here we go. Have a quick look at this, right? Very, very quick. I want you to scan. Now, to scan means just to go very quickly through it. Just take 10 seconds, right? Not word by word, just scan. Nicolas from the Philippines, well done. Congratulations. Fantastic. I am also tickled pink for you. Well done. Great. Okay, so that's it. Great. So scanning. Scanning is literally when you go bum, 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 right? Very quickly, you just get an idea of what's happening in the text, right? Don't read every word. It's a very important skill just to go dum, 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 dum. Some of you have had a look and are picking out some of the words. So what we'll do first is I will play you a video. It's somebody talking about friends. And first of all, just listen. And then we'll go back and we'll see if we can fill in some of the gaps. Okay. Right. Okay. Facebook user, thank you very much. Why don't you start teaching IELTS reading, listening and speaking? Well, I don't know. Maybe. We can all mix the skills in, right? A bit of listening, a bit of reading. It's all mixed in. Okay, guys, let's listen, watch and listen about somebody talking about friends. Are you ready? This is the first listening. Yo, check it out. It's Stan the man. Friendship, right? I think friends are really important. Maybe not as important as family, right? I mean, you know what they say, right? Blood is thicker than water, right? But I really value my friends. These are people who will go through thick and thin. Thick and thin. I'm from London, all right? Thick and thin. People who will go through thick and thin with you and always stay beside you, no matter what. Now, I probably only have a handful of friends, right, who I can really count on. Yeah, you know, people who will show up when the chips are down. I've got one mate, Charlie, who I've known since college days, and we get on like a house on fire. I mean, we've got so much in common, right? Music, sport, taste in films, you name it. I first met him at a concert, right? And we just hit it off. Later on, he got married, of course, moved down to Brighton. Life moves on, what can you do? But even so, every once in a while, we like to meet up, go down the local pub and talk about old times, chew the cud, so to speak. Yeah, great friendship. What more can I say? Indeed, what more can you say, Stan? Thank you very much, Stan the man, telling us about friendship. Right, interesting. So you've been putting in a few answers, but let's just come back to that text, right? Now, having listened, have a look again if you can see. It's a bit small. And just read through and pick out and write down any answers you think you have. Okay? Go for it. Stan is you, says Mutu. Stan is me. Stan is my alter ego. But Stan's from London and I'm from Manchester. Thank you, Shama. Well done, Saba. Good ideas. Okay, let's share a few of your ideas that have come up. Shikta's talking about thick and thin. Blood is thick and thin. Go through thick and thin. Number 3, right? Got you. Great. Gulsafa, I think, also had that. Shakun had count on, which I think is number 4, right? I know I can really count on. Interesting. Good. Others we've got here. Isa talks about blood is thicker than water. Family is more important than friends. Nice, Isa. Very nice. That's absolutely right. Good. Xiao says wearing sunglasses fits you. They fit me. You mean they suit you? Not it fits you. It suits you. That's great. Thank you very much. Wearing sunglasses suits you. The difference between fit and suit. Suit means it looks good, right? I hope that's what you mean. Fit means it's the right shape. It's not too big, not too small, right? It suits you means it looks good. I hope that's what you mean. Great. Dave, am I in your pub? Does it look like your pub? I don't know where that pub is. We've got House on Fire from Beautiful African Child. That is indeed a beautiful African child. Great. That's number 7, right? House on Fire, which Sadda also has about the house on fire. What else have we got? Handful of friends, Ashraf says. Chew the cut. Chew the cut? Chew the cud. That's the bit at the bottom. That's right at the end, at the very, very bottom. Chew the cud. Chew the cud, yeah, is to chat, to have a conversation. It is very colloquial. It's very British colloquial, right? Move to Brighton, Melanie says. Move to Brighton. Let me move you up, Melanie, because I think that's number... Where is that? What number is that? Number 9. Got married and moved to Brighton. Well, was it Brighton? We'll have to go and check in a moment. Taste in films, right? I think that was number 8. Right, okay. Listen, some great ideas there. Now, before I show you the final answers, actually, yes, let's do it this way. This is a different way of doing it, right? Because I'm going to change the teaching technique. I am actually going to show you the answers, and then we'll listen again, right? So let me show you the answers. I think friends are really important, maybe not as important as family. You know that what they say, blood is thicker than water, right? So blood was number 1. Whoops. Water, number 2. I really value my friends, people you can go through thick and thin. Nice expression. To go through difficult times, right? Thick and thin. That's the expression. No matter what. It's a nice expression. No matter what. It doesn't matter what happens, right? A few of you talked about a handful of friends, right? That's maybe several, 3 or 4. People you can count on. So to count on is to rely on. People you can count on. It does literally mean count, but it means to rely on, right? Let me just make that clear for you, to rely on. Great. When the chips are down. Now, as you saw in the video, the chips are not potato chips or crisps. They are chips you use in the casino. So the chip in the casino is kind of money. When the chips are down, there's a big risk. Everything's at stake. So when there's a big risk or there's a problem, that's when the chips are down. So your friends will show up when the chips are down, right? Do you remember I talked about friends and acquaintances? An acquaintance will say, good luck, bye-bye. A friend, when there's a problem, when the chips are down, right, when it's really important, a friend will say, how can I help you? When the chips are down, when the stakes are high, or when there's an important moment, right? That's what it means, really. When the chips are down. Let's say when there is an important or risky moment, let's say, because that idea of risk is in there as well, when the chips are down. Brilliant. I've got one mate, Charlie. I've known since college days. A lot of you put school days, ages ago. Since college days, we get on like a house on fire, right? So to get on is to have a good relationship. To get on like a house on fire, you can imagine, right, is to get on very well. In fact, you might think it means very badly. Because let's tell the truth, if your house is on fire, it's not a very good thing. Your house is on fire, it's a terrible thing. So why do we say that? Well, to get on like a house on fire, it does mean very, very well, very positively. It's just that the relationship is like a flame. You're very excited, you're very hot, you get on very well, right? It's a positive thing, metaphorically. Great. So that's to get on very, very well. Great taste in films. Great. We just hit it off was another expression we had, right? We hit it off means to get on well. So you can add that as well. Get on very well. Let me put that over there just to add. And then he moved to Brighton. Brighton is a city in the south of England. And every once in a while. So that means every now and again. Sometimes. Let's say every now and again. Or sometimes. We don't know how often sometimes is, right? Maybe it's once a month. Maybe it's once a year. We don't really know. But once in a while, it's relative. We go down the local pub, Dave's pub, it seems, and chew the cud. Chew the cud is an expression. This one's, I think, is... I'm not sure if it's used in America, Australia, or Canada. I think probably not. I think this is very British, right? Is to have a chat face to face, right? To discuss things. But it is very colloquial. Chew the cud. Right. Okay. Great. So that's it. That's the listening. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go back now and let you listen again. Because I actually think, rather than just testing you, I actually think it's a good idea, now you understand more, to listen again and start recognizing the sounds as you go through it. So I am just going to play it one more time and let you look at this sheet at the same time. So one more time, bear with me guys, let's do it. And let me put this up actually as we do it. Where is it? I'll put this up and then you can also watch and read at the same time. Integrating skills. Integrating skills for all of you teachers out there. Always good to integrate skills, mix the skills up. Reading and listening, speaking and writing, mix them all up because that's really how we learn and use language. I'm waiting for... Yo, check it out. It's Stan the man. Friendship, right? I think friends are really important. Maybe not as important as family, right? I mean, you know what they say, right? Blood is thicker than water, right? But I really value my friends. These are people who will go through thick and thin. Thick and thin. I'm from London, all right? Thick and thin. People who will go through thick and thin with you and always stay beside you, no matter what. Now, I probably only have a handful of friends, right, who I can really count on. Yeah, you know, people who will show up when the chips are down. I've got one mate, Charlie, who I've known since college days, and we get on like a house on fire. I mean, we've got so much in common, right? Music, sport, taste in films, you name it. I first met him at a concert, right? And we just hit it off. Later on, he got married, of course, moved down to Brighton. Life moves on, what can you do? But even so, every once in a while, we like to meet up, go down the local pub and talk about old times. Chew the cud, so to speak. Yeah, great. Friendship. What more can I say? Dum, 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 dum. There you go. I apologise. The writing is a little bit small. I realise that. I will try and get better and better at that. So that's it, right? I hope that helps you with your listening skills and also learning some new language, right? You can always go back and listen again to this. After the class, I will also share with you the link to the website where you can go and collect the notes from today, right? So basically, I will take the notes, put them on the website, also as a PDF that you can download. The website, if you're not familiar, is the Keith Speaking Academy, keithspeakingacademy.com. You can go there, go and have a look, and you will find, I'll send you a link to this page. You'll find here there's the script. So this is the lesson on speaking, lesson about friends. I will update this with all of the language we've learned today. And you can get this if you go to the website, right? Just Keith Speaking Academy. You'll come to the home page. Oh, by the way, if you haven't, go and download my free book, Avoid 10 Most Common Mistakes in IELTS Speaking. You can download that for free. But then go to the free live lessons. And here you can download the latest lesson. You can download the PDF or just go and watch the lesson or watch it actually on YouTube. And then you've got the previous lessons. I've changed this a little bit because all the PDFs were making this page very, very slow, and all the videos were making it slow. So what I've done is all the past lessons, we've had animals, art, books, business, you just have a link and you can go and study that lesson, right? So you could go for animals, just link on there, and it'll load up and you can find the lesson here. And then, if you want, you can also download it directly from the lesson page, right? You can download the lesson notes for each of these classes or lessons that we've done, okay? That's the way to do it. Just to let you know that not all of these have got the PDF yet. So I am in the process of updating quite a lot of the PDFs. So over the next few days, you may notice some of the PDFs have gone, but the page is there. But I will be updating and putting back the PDFs very, very soon. Just changing a few things. So that's it. That's the website where you can get all of the past lessons, basically. They're all topics, really useful topics to improve your speaking skills on a wide range of topics. Because, of course, remember, right, IELTS speaking is not really about preparing answers for questions. It's much more about talking flexibly on a wide range of topics with a wide range of vocabulary and a wide range of simple and complex grammar with a good control of the pronunciation features. To do that, you need to be studying lots, right? Don't be narrow. Don't just focus on the questions you're picking up on Facebook. That's too narrow. Widen your scope. Learn lots of different language, different topics. Hopefully, the website can help you with that. That's the plan. Right, good. So, let me take that off. What's next? Okay, next. Discussion, debate and discussions, the importance of friendship. I just want to ask you guys, what do you think? Is friendship important to you? What are your thoughts about that? Great. Give me a comment. Got some very nice. Amali, thank you for your comment. That's a lovely comment. I'll just bring this down. Amali says, guys, stay connected with Mr. Keith. You all can do it. Motivation. Lovely. You got a 9. Well done. Well done, Amali. Fantastic. Very good for you. Great. I got 8 while multitasking. Well done, Hannah. Right. Quick question. Okay. Marsa, quick question. Why did you delete some of your videos? Marsa, I had to delete some of my videos to follow IELTS copyright. So I cannot use the IELTS questions in the context, the repeated use of the context of the questions. So some videos which were just about the latest questions, I had to delete to follow the IELTS copyright. Simple as that. I've deleted maybe, I think, 10 videos, something like that. So there's still over 100 videos on YouTube, but about 10 or so have been deleted, yes. But don't worry, I am carrying on. I will be teaching, doing more videos, but not focusing just on the questions, but helping you in a much bigger and deeper and better way in the future. Great. Hina, good luck. Right, this is nice. Let's have a look. Some ideas. Good friends teach you about yourself and challenge you to be better. I love that. Challenge you to be better. That's really, really nice. Let me put that back up here. Sorry, make it clearer. Excellent. Facebook user says, more at this time, I suppose you mean COVID, is very important to have a friend. Is very motivating and encouraging. The sense of isolation is not healthy. That is so nice, right? I'm just going to add a word here on your second sentence. It is very motivating and encouraging. Lovely adjectives, right? And I love this, the sense of isolation. What a great chunk of language. The sense of isolation is not healthy. Nice, great. There's another interesting one. It's important because there is thick and thin. Now, the expression has to be go through thick and thin, right? I know it means difficult times, but you can't say there is. We have to say go through, right? So let me just change that, and this will help everybody. So thank you very much, whoever you are, because we have to, or we just go through. We go through. Great, right? It's important because we go through thick and thin. That's the expression. Every now and again. Star student, well done. Very good. Twinkle says, friends are the one, or the ones, I guess, the ones with whom. That's lovely English, right? With whom. If you have a preposition before who, normally we should say whom. That's very nice. With whom we can share our feelings and thoughts more openly than our parents. Yeah, interesting, right? Very, very nice. Let me just add a ones to the there, Twinkle. Friends are the ones, because you said friends. Yeah, brilliant. Up Inda says friends, friendship. Good. Using the new nouns. Friendship is a building block of a social circle in an individual's life. Beautiful. Friends are like second family who help us in the hour of need. Yeah. In the hour of need, in our hour of need, or the hour of need. That's great. Yes. Great. Friends provide the support and also motivate in thick and thin, through thick and thin, through thick and thin. Yep. Here's an interesting one from Hiral. Friendship is one relation which we can choose by ourselves. Apart from this, all relations are decided by God. Interesting, right? Very interesting. Nice. And Varjam, friendship is for sharing your happy and sorrowful days with someone. Happy and sorrowful days. Very nice adjectives. Sorrowful days. I like it. Brilliant. Very, very nice. Good. Okay. Great. I'm going to move on from that question, right, to our next activity, because we've done listening, right? We've done some questions. Not do questions. We've done the discussion. Idioms, right? Let's have a quick look at idioms. We've seen quite a lot with Stan the Man, but it'd be worth reviewing them and just having a quick look at maybe some more idioms. I need some water. One moment. Bum bum bum. Nice, lovely. Good. So where am I? I'm in Santander, Spain. Live session. Here we go. Idioms to talk about friends. Thank you, Bakdole. Following expressions can be used. I'll share some here, and please, if you have more, do put them in the comments box. Great. So the following all mean actually to have a very good relationship with someone. We get on like a house on fire, right? Which we saw before. If you can, notice the connection in speech. We get on, or we get on. If you like American, get on. We get on, or we get on like a house on fire. Try it with me. We get on like a house on fire. Great. Think about somebody with whom you get on like a house on fire. I get on like a house on fire with my mate Andy, who lives up in Belgium. There you go. Nice. We just click. Click, click. I think click, it refers to when you have two pieces that join, click, and they join together and click. So it just means to get on very well, right? We just click. We just click. That's easy to remember. We're on the same wavelength. So the wavelength is the radio wave or the microwave. And if you're on the same wavelength, then you're going together, right? You're following each other. You're thinking the same, right? Basically means we think in the same way, right? We're on the same wavelength. For example, right? You're with somebody, maybe a friend, and you say, listen, let's go to the cinema. And you say, no, we can't because it's COVID and we're not allowed to go to the cinema. Okay, let's watch a film on Netflix. And they say, great. And you say, what would you like to watch? Well, how about we watch one of the Marvel films? And you say, great, I'd like to watch Spider-Man. And they say, great, or maybe Superman. And you say, yeah, great. We're on the same wavelength. We're both thinking about action, adventure, films, Marvel films. Marvelous. That's why they're called Marvel, right? So we're both thinking on the same wavelength, right? We're on the same wavelength. We think alike. We get on famously. I don't know why we say that. Maybe like famous. What was that? Assume famous people are happy? I don't know. We get on famously. We get on very, very well. And metaphorically, we speak the same language. It doesn't mean English or French, right? You know, maybe you have a close friend who, well, you have to speak some similar language or you wouldn't communicate. But it doesn't mean you speak the same language literally. It just means you think in the same way. You talk about the same things, right? Great. There's another one I've got up here. I know him or her back to front or inside out. I know him back to front. I know him inside out. I know him very, very well. Okay. I'll just put a line because this is slightly different from the one we said above. It's good to have friends in high places. Friends in high places, right? It doesn't mean they live on a mountain. No, it means that they are influential friends. So we often talk about this. Actually, this friend is probably an acquaintance. But to have somebody you know in the government, somebody you know in the hospital, somebody you know in the school, right? If you know the headmaster of the school or you know one of the leading doctors in the hospital, they can help you get what you need. If you have friends in the government, you have friends in high places, influential people who can help you. This is about strategic friends, right? It's about winning friends to help you in your life. I think in Spanish they say, necesitas un padrino hasta el infierno, right? You need a godfather even in hell. You need connections even in hell. You need to know people. Strategic, great. So we say in English, it's good to have friends in high places. Great, what have we got? Samara. Oh, yeah, practicing. Great. I know him like the back of my hand. It sounds like a song, doesn't it? I know him like the back of my hand. Yo-yo, I know her like the back of my hand. Absolutely. So that's back to front, inside out, like the back of my hand. Very, very nice. Let me add that to my list here. Like the back of my hand. We stand on the same pitch. That's interesting. Maybe that's an American one. I don't know that. We stand on the same pitch. That's interesting. It's a new one for me. Fair weather friends. That's nice, Jane. Yes. I'd forgotten about that, actually. A fair weather friend is really an acquaintance, right? It's somebody who doesn't stay with you in times of trouble. A fair weather friend means they only stay with you when the sun is shining. When it starts raining, bye-bye, good luck. Yeah, they go, they disappear. That's a fair weather friend, right? Let me add that one as well. That's a nice one. So he's a fair weather friend. The first sign of trouble, and she disappears. Good. A fair weather friend. So they only like the sunshine. Only with you when times are good. The opposite is this one. He always has my back. Always supports me. So to have your back is to, I think it comes from the police or the army, where they have two soldiers going and there's always a soldier behind who's covering you, covering your back so you're protected, so people can't shoot you from behind. Though they have your back, or he has my back. He always has my back. She always has my back, always supports me. So it's another nice expression. Great, thank you, Jane, for that one. Any others popping in? Oh yes, Alberti, a shoulder to cry on. Yeah, she can be a shoulder to cry on. Somebody you can tell your problems to, yeah? He or she can be a shoulder to cry on. Someone, I'll just do SO, you can tell your Tell your worries to. Why not? Tell your problems, tell your worries to. She's a shoulder to cry on. Very, very nice. I'll just pick off one more before we move on. This is nice. She reads me like a book. Yeah. Doesn't have to be a friend, right? It could be your boss. Your boss reads you like a book, right? They know exactly what you're thinking and they know what you need. But yes, it can be used with friends. Yes, absolutely. Like a book. Let me add that one in. It's nice. Bum bum. She reads me like a book. So knows what I am thinking. How do you get those strange colours? How do you do that? Don't know. I'll sort that out later. Excellent. Good. Listen, guys, let me move on from idioms, right? We've been looking at idioms. Let me come back up here and find out what's coming up after idioms. I think it's the time for the review. It's already 1:15. Yeah, it's time for Kahoot. Kahoot is the time of day when what we're going to do is review and look back at some of the expressions and idioms we've learned today through a game and just test you and help kind of get them fixed in your head so you can start practicing them more and more. So with Kahoot, if you don't know Kahoot, it's a game. You will need to join us on the website. It's kahoot.it. If you go there, I will give you the game pin in a moment, and then we can play together. So bear with me, just one tick as I just get logged in and we can set up the game. We're on the same page, Florence. Yes, that's a nice one. We're on the same page. Again, it doesn't have to be with a friend that's on the same page. It could be with a work colleague. That just means that you're thinking in the same way and that you agree, right? But absolutely, with friends, it's a good one to use as well. We're on the same page. Yeah, we agree. Nice one, Florence. Let me just get us in. I can always count on him. Yeah, nice, good. Black gold flex. Dr. Samia, we have been stuck in our relationship since ages, for ages. We've been stuck in our relationship for ages. But do notice that's a negative thing. If you're stuck in a relationship, it's negative. It means you want to get out. You want to escape. So it's not positive. So if you're stuck in a relationship for a long time, it's not a good one, right? Just notice that. Okay. Maninde, I don't understand. What are we doing here? I don't know. What are you doing here? But what we're doing here, we're practicing English for IELTS speaking. We're going to do a review now. And let me take you in. We're going to do a review activity. It's a game with Kahoot. We're going to go into this. So what you need to do is to go to kahoot.it, or you can get the app, and you need to choose a name, a nickname, and put in the game pin 9594758. 9594758. So go to kahoot.it, choose a name, and the game pin is 9594758. And then you can join, and you will, in a moment, you will see some questions, and you have to choose multiple choice, A, B, C, or D. You actually choose a color, right? You choose one of the answers, and then we'll see. We'll just do some revision. Shakun, that's a nice expression. Yeah, my friend and I are as different as chalk and cheese. That's a nice one. Let me add that one as well. But we get on like a house on fire. As different as chalk and cheese. Obviously it means you're very different, but yes, it can be a good thing. The Russians say, I know him as my own 5 fingers. I love that. Like the back of my hand, right? Like my own 5 fingers. Olani, that's nice. Like 2 peas in a pod. Lovely. Good expressions. Yeah, excellent. Good. So we've got quite a lot of people joining us. Don't worry if you can't get in. You can still just put your answer in the comments. That's absolutely fine. Ravza, I'm very well. Thank you very much. Lucky Yasmin, you are lucky because your friends are not fair weather friends. Good. Ulvier, I have to skip the questions, I'm afraid. But don't worry, we're going to be here for an hour and a half. We've still got 10 minutes left. Anyi, thank you very much for suggesting the course in Udemy. He is amazing. Thank you very much. Game pin Dildora is 9594758. Okay, let's get going. Let's start. Let me take this off. We've got 200 people in. That's great. Let's begin. Friendship. The question is, number 1. I have a close blank of friends. I have a close blank of friends. Interesting. I have a close blank of friends. The answers could be square, circle, ring, or round. Let's see if you remember. Or did I catch you napping in the class? You've got 5 seconds left. Well done. Whoa, fantastic. 113 of you. That's a big majority. Great. It's a close circle of friends, right? Again, remember it's metaphoric. It doesn't have to be a circle, but it's a group of friends. A close circle of friends. Well done. Nice one. Well done in the chat. Also Blessing and Mosen, Holly, UH. Well done. Next question. Oh, we've got a leaderboard. So Melodiklampala is at the top with a lot of funny animals below you. Let's move on. We've been through thick and blank together. We've been through thick and blank together. Do you remember Stan the man? Difficult times. To go through, or yeah, to go through thick and blank. Well done, Gigi. Prakash, well done. Lucky, well done. Mel, hello. Nice to see you, well done. Francesca, well done. Wow, that is even better. Thick and thin. Even though it's one of those really hard things to pronounce, thick and thin, hopefully now you will remember to go through thick and thin. Brilliant. Well done, guys. Nice. Very, very good. Let's move on. Let's see on the leaderboard. Helpful Kitten has jumped into the lead. Well done, Helpful Kitten. Let's move on. Number 3. Thomas is a blank friend, and the meaning is close. Thomas is a blank friend. Christina, well done on your 7.5 speaking test. Well done. Welcome, Brave Singe. Nice to see you here. Huang Le, well done. Hannah, nice. Raida, well done. Well done. This was a bit more difficult, right? Some of you said shoulder. 1 or 2 said hand, but it's bosom, a bosom friend. Just to help you understand, right? Bosom is the chest, right? It's this part of your body. It's the chest. So it's like heart. Imagine where your heart is. The bosom friend is the close friend. Not the shoulder, not the hand. No, it's the bosom. Think of the heart. Think of that being close together. Well done, 101 of you. Very, very nice. Let's move on. Is the kitten still at the top? Yes, he or she is. But be careful, there's a focus cat just behind you, and then some bigger animals are sweeping in. Here we go. I think it's the last question. We hit it blank when we first met. The meaning is to get on very, very well. We hit it blank when we first met. What's the preposition? Oh, Savita, your exam's cancelled. What a shame. Oh, this is tricky. This is a tricky one for everybody. Well done, Dr. Samiha, Jaslyn, Musai. Right, this was tricky. 53 of you actually said on, right? We hit it on because you're thinking positive. But the answer is to hit it off when we first met. And I'm not sure on the origin. For most people, off can have a slightly negative thing, but this is very positive, right? To hit it off is to do very, very well, right? If you hit it off, imagine, if you like, that you've got a fly on your shoulder and you hit it off. If you hit it off, then that's great, right? Very positive. So you hit it off is you get on very, very well. The problem with multiple choice, right, and the problem with tests is that probably most of you know the expression, hit it off. But when somebody gives you different possibilities like this and says, oh, maybe it's in, maybe it's on, and you start doubting and you start thinking, oh, actually, I'm not sure, maybe it's on, maybe it's away. But actually, deep down, you've learned hit it off. That's why I think tests sometimes are not the best way to learn. They're a great way to test, but they're not always a good way to learn. Sometimes they are. I mean, Kahoot is fun, but don't be too worried, right? If you make mistakes on tests, it's very, very natural. I guess the key is to use tests every now and again, right? Just to test yourself, not to learn. Hit it off to get on very, very well. Great. Let's just come back and see who's the winner then. Who finally was the winner? The leopard was third. The cat was second. Whoa, helpful kitten. Well done indeed. Excellent. Very, very nice. Well done, helpful kitten. Well done, all of you, for getting some good marks there. Passing the test with flying colours. Really, really good. So listen, that's it, guys. We are coming up to the end today. I'm just going to remind you that we do have the website, Key Speaking Academy. Do go in there. Remember, later today, give me 2 or 3 hours, maybe 2 or 3 hours later, you can go in and you can go and check out the live lessons. You'll be able to download the latest one. Last week it was crime. Or you can just go and click on some different lessons and get the downloads there, study online. As I said, some of the PDFs are being updated. So if the PDF is missing, don't worry. It will come back in the next week or so once I've updated that. Okay, brilliant. If you're interested in Facebook, come and join us. It's the Keith's Mastermind community. Lots of sharing of ideas, motivation, language, a lot of interesting stuff. A great group. Come and join us. It's really, really good. Even if I do say so myself. And just to let you know, if you want to study more with me, you can always find me. I've got the course IELTS Speaking Success, Get a Band 7+. It's a full course that goes into a lot more detail to give you the language, the skills, and the strategies you need to be successful in IELTS. So you can find that in the links on my website, on YouTube, on the video, there are links there. I will also put it in the notes, so you can, if you download the notes later, you can find the link just go to YouTube or my website and it pops up. Just look for my online courses and you'll find the information, and use the links because it normally works out cheaper that way. Right, that's it. If you are on YouTube, guys, do subscribe. Find out about my next video coming up soon. Soon. Turn on notifications to find out what my video is. My video on Saturday, actually, notification, coming up on Saturday. Every Saturday I publish a video. It's going to be about amazing adjectives, right, and synonyms to build your vocabulary, different synonyms we can use for some very, very common adjectives like easy, difficult, important, great. So instead of just repeating the same words, it was good, it was great. Some really interesting adjectives and phrases coming up on Saturday. So turn on that notifications and you will be told when the video comes out, normally around 12 o'clock. That's not live, right? Today is live, Saturday is recorded. Brilliant. I will be going live again next Thursday. Maninda asking here. And the topic next Thursday is going to be about life on the internet, the virtual world. Lots to talk about there, especially in this time of Corona and people moving online, living, shopping, virtual, the word life online. Great. Okay, that's great. I want to do an online course. Well, there you go. That's the one for you, Suarez. There's your online course. Brilliant. Thank you very much, all of you. I'm going to close up here. It's been a pleasure. I look forward to seeing you next time. Do take care, all of you. Let's go out with a little bit of music. Okay. All the best now. Bye-bye.